Hi, my name is Jacob Van Raan. It's a distinct pleasure to speak about name, image, and likeness, how it affects Holy Cross and the student athletes and the population here at Holy Cross, specifically as it pertains to the athletic department. Walk me through the impact of name, image, and likeness, and certainly the announcement of the Mount St. James Collective, how it affects everything that you do, and how it's so important to the future and the success of the athletic department.
Sure. I mean, since the summer of 2021, name, image, and likeness has been upon us, right? It's here to stay, and it's something that we've been providing resources to our student athletes for these last several years for them to safely operate in this environment, to learn about what it means, to learn about what it does, and how they can engage with it if it is something that they're interested in. And so we've done a lot of work, to provide those sort of resources. And this recent announcement of the Mount St. James Collective is just another addition, another step forward in this process. It's an environment that we operate within, being a Division I school, and we just need to make sure that we're doing it our way. Right? There's a lot that you hear about around the country about different schools that do it very, very differently than we do it here. And certainly we have a different, vision and mission as an institution and as an athletic department than some of these schools you might read about or see TV news stories about. But how can we apply this new resource and this new environment effectively for our student body? I see this, name, image, and likeness is something that's going to impact somewhere in the vicinity of 5% of our student athlete population. It's not necessarily for everyone. This is not, and I say this all the time, it's not our main thing. But it is a thing for us, and it's something I think if we do effectively can really help us continue to attract and retain, most importantly, the best and brightest students and athletes, to the college. And so, it impacts different programs in different ways. It impacts different student athletes in different ways, but we're here for all of them. And we want to make sure that they have all the resources possible to operate in this environment. And I think this is a big step forward to that direction.
JR, Kit talks a lot about the impact of name, image, and likeness on the athletic department as a whole. How do you see the impact of the collective affecting specifically the student athletes at the College of the Holy Cross?
Yeah, I think a part of it is obviously the name, image, likeness, and making sure that we're unlocking, alumni and fans that want to be part of that process with our student athletes. What I really want to make sure that people are clear about is this doesn't change the type of student athlete that Holy Cross recruits. Kit talked about our way, he talked about vision, he talked about mission, and that hasn't really changed. And when I look at the collective, I think there is a ton of alignment between the existing vision and mission of the athletic department and what role the collective is going to play in here. For me, the reason one of the main reasons I chose Holy Cross is because of the alumni network. And I think there's a lot of student athletes out there that share that belief with me. And we're going to use the collective to make sure that the collective becomes a retention tool for student athletes by unlocking alumni. Financially, for sure, but there's also a part of this incredible alumni network with amazing talents. And we want to go and find those people that want to give their time to the student athlete so that somebody who comes here that's the right type of student athlete that we want to recruit, who wants to be a man or a woman for others for the rest of their lives, which is what Holy Cross is about. The collective is going to give them those tools and help them understand how the alumni is going to be part of that journey. And then, of course, there is the financial part of it. But again, I would reiterate, this collective is going to allow us to compete nationally, both with the story that we're going to tell, but also the opportunities that it's going to unlock. And that doesn't mean necessarily money showing up in people's bank accounts every single week, but there's a lot of other ways that we can really impact the excitement that somebody has about being at Holy Cross and staying at Holy Cross for all 4 years. That's what I'm really excited about.